Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm just gonna talk about the new Legend Seeker Vergil, kind of just my first impressions, my input on the new hunter, what he could kind of do. We'll watch through the gameplay trailer here, and I think I'm just gonna give like real-time input on, I don't know, just speculation, what the character can do, or what the hunter can do, what he might be capable of, how he kind of stacks up to other hunters based on what we're seeing in this trailer. I've been playing this game since launch, so I have a decent idea of how most of the mechanics work in this game. So a lot of my viewpoints, take it with a grain of salt. It is just speculation until LS releases in a day here, and we actually get some hands-on with him to actually see what he's fully capable of and all his passives and such. But without further ado, let's start up the trailer, and I'm just gonna kind of pause it and scrub through some of the video on parts that I just feel like are worth mentioning. Yeah, he's looking pretty badass already. He's got the Doppelganger Mirage. Yeah, that's dope. Very aggressive playstyle. That's kind of cool. A little bit like CT, Count Thunder. And then he pops the Mirage. Looks like it can attack from a distance. Kind of sucks in these... Sorry, I'm going to pause it. Kind of sucks in these trailers how they don't provide like the UI. You can't see numbers. You can't see if he's taking damage or not. But I'll go back. Let's just finish this. I'll go back and kind of give my input on a few things that I've seen so far in a bit here. Yeah, so obviously, I know a lot of the community aren't too happy about yet another Vergil that seems to be looking really good. Dante just seems to keep taking L's here. Well, not really. I mean, there's been a few good Dantes, but, in terms of the meta in this game, Endless Judgment Vergil is just at the top, and I'll go into kind of why he's there and how he stacks up against CT and Legend Seeker Vergil here. But I just wanted to go back over here and just talk about how a lot of his gameplay seems very close range, aggressive, close quarter combat. Well, half of his moveset anyways. And although it looks cool, I know there's a lot of people who play for fun, play for how stylish things look or how cool things look. I'm all about game mechanics. I'm always looking at how a hunter fits into a team, how they mechanically work, how they're gonna affect the team in terms of buffs or debuffs, or just how they mechanically work together. That's what interests me. So when I look at gameplay here, what concerns me about this Vergil is it's tough to say because there's no damage numbers, so we can't really tell which of his attacks are going to be the strongest and worth using over others. But for content like Bloody Palace, for example, where a big part of getting a high score is, doing high damage, attacking from a distance so you're safe and you don't get hit. So like playstyles like this where you're constantly up close with enemies and in their face, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit unexpectedly. A lot of enemies in this game have super armors where you don't budge them when you're attacking, and you'll just get hit from random things. So immediately it's like, it's cool, but like that's where Endless Judgment Vergil EJ is just so broken, because he is just the ultimate kit. Like, he has everything going for him. He has huge damage, He can attack at safe ranges where he's not going to get hit. He can attack multiple enemies while doing those huge damage. And his ultimate goes up really fast when you build your cards around MP regen. And man, his ultimate just destroys everything. It's like a full map attack, hits all enemies and does crazy damage. So EJ has set the bar extremely high from the very start of this game, and I've actually kind of just been waiting for a hunter to come out that, you know, kind of either matches that bar or surpasses him. I think they actually kind of messed up. They didn't really have, you know, a structured power creep in that regard. EJ was just out the gate completely busted, and every other hunter that kind of released after him was a little bit underwhelming just because he set the bar so high. Of course, that's just in my opinion. But yeah, as we keep watching, so I wanted to kind of point out this here. So this looks cool. Like, he obviously has really good tracking to be able to follow Banshee around like that. The only thing that like concerns me is anyone who's played this game enough knows that Banshees do a lot of damage, and this circle attack is a pain in the ass because tracking is kind of bad, and also because they hit you multiple times when they're going around in the circle like this. And I almost want to say, watching him tracking her like this, he's probably getting hit the whole time. being that close, unless he has invincibility frames in his movesets, which a lot of characters don't in this game, so I would assume that he doesn't have invincibility frames while doing this. He's probably getting hit the whole time. And at harder difficulties, if you don't have him built up, he's gonna die quick if he's getting hit. So things like that are just things that, you know, pop into my head when I'm watching stuff like this. I gotta give it to them though. I mean, he does look like he has a more expansive moveset out of the recent hunters that have come out, so it can be fun to play. It looks pretty good. I almost want to say, after watching this whirlwind attack, this is probably going to be his main move, unless his doppelganger mirages have the same kind of mechanic that charismatic ally V has, where he can bring them out maybe at a certain rank, like triple S or like EX. Maybe the mirage stays out while you swap out for a different hunter. That could be huge, especially if there's buffs involved. In a team atmosphere, that's huge. As a solo hunter, he looks fun. Like, as a solo, looking at the individual hunter, he looks fun. He has close range, he has a variety of attacks, he has something that almost looks equivalent to CT with his tornado attack there. And then he even has like ranged attacks with his Mirage, which could be similar to like EJ's judgment cuts from a distance and stuff. So it's interesting. Again, just all speculation, but you know, it really depends. If he does a crazy amount of damage, and it doesn't really matter what he's doing, you know, even if it's close range, if he's doing a shit ton of damage and things die before they could even blink, it's like, then getting hit isn't that much of a problem. But you guys know how this game is. Peak of greed, right? You'll probably have to max him out to get the full benefits of pretty much anything. So I guess we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, that's kind of my initial take on the trailer and just kind of overall watching it here and what he could kind of do based on what they're showing. Yeah, in terms of how he stacks up with EJ and CT, I would almost say that he's probably going to fall in the middle between EJ and CT. I would think in order of meta, it's probably still going to be EJ at the top. It'll probably be LS, the new Legend Seeker Vergil here second, and then Count Thunder, CT third. And the reason I say that is because LS literally looks like he just falls right in the middle. He can do a little bit of what CT can do, and it looks like he might be able to do a little bit of what EJ can do. And then But I guess we'll see. We'll see. I'm just speculating. I'm making judgment, but just based on their moveset, it's kind of looking that way. I was a little bit off-put by the fact that they decided to put him on physical team. I mean, physical has a lot of hunters. Fire's been getting a lot of hunters. Electric has a decent amount. Ice is really suffering in terms of the amount of hunters they got. And it's not even just about that. It's I'm struggling to kind of figure out where he's going to fit in. Obviously, just having multiple characters and options is good for newer players, because then you just have more options. It doesn't matter who you get; you're able to put a team together better, or a more functional team together, and just have options. But for people who've been playing the game for a long time and have kind of like meta team lineups, it's kind of tough to figure out where LS is going to fall in, because when you look at physical team, charismatic ally, CAV, he's a mandatory. The way he buffs the team is like he's mandatory on the team. And then the next one I'd say is Endless Judgment, EJ. You have to have him on the team. He's the most broken unit in the game. So those two are basically staples on the physical team. And then you have and then I guess there's only room for Legend Seeker. But the problem here is, with the way the game is designed, a lot of the content is like built around a 3-hunter team. And a lot of it used to be, I mean, it's changing a little bit now with other hunters getting their own set of legendary runes. But it makes sense to basically have your damage dealing hunter in the forefront and 2 support units. Basically, the goal is get your support units out, let them QTE, buff the team, do what they gotta do, get out, and give your damage dealer as much uptime as possible to deal out as much damage as they can before you rinse and repeat the rotation between the hunters. With LS being there, one of my concerns is that one of my main concerns there is, how do you share uptime between LS and EJ? Which means that one of them is going to probably end up just coming out, doing 1 or 2 moves, and then going back in, which is a bit unfortunate when you're talking about a team composition. As an individual unit, things like boss hunt or speed elimination, anything that requires solo content, obviously, you know, there are uses. Every hunter in this game has good uses for different kinds of content. But when you're looking at the 3-hunter composition, it is a little bit tricky to see where LS is going to fit in. I mean, even Demon Hunter Dante is such a great support unit because of his ability to apply like a double weakness when he's in Devil Trigger and activate the Navan card set bonus. So, that's kind of just my run-off thoughts on this character. So it is exciting. He's one of the more exciting characters, definitely, always with Vergil type characters. I definitely thought it was going to be like a Shuriken Vergil is what we were speculating. But this was a nice surprise. Still really wishing the devs would put a little bit more effort into this game. It looks like a lot of bugs that have been around since launch have not been addressed or fixed, and I don't really see it happening, unfortunately. Bloody Palace was stuck in fire for like a month, or just over a month, which was pretty crazy. There's a few design decisions that are a little bit weird. I know this game's not hugely popular, and I don't really know how much it makes for them, so, you know, business is business. They gotta balance the books with the time they put in and the content and effort and the revenue they make, but it's good for a mobile game, honestly. That's the way I look at it. For me, it's a game I like to get on, play for 10-20 minutes a day, and move on with my life. So with that being said, I'll probably make a follow-up video once LS releases. I'll post a training video on what the hunter can do, and we'll just go through like a more in-depth character breakdown once I got my hands on him. We'll check out the passives, his weapon, his exclusive weapon, what ranking that up will do for him, how he as a hunter will affect the team in terms of buffs and all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be hyped for him, I bet. So I'm not saying he's a bad hunter. There are some weird decisions in this game where it's like you want to like the hunter, he looks really good, but then you think about like how it's going to mechanically fit in to different content in this game, and it's kind of weird. Some of the decisions are kind of weird. So, but I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm trying to upload unique videos. I'm definitely kind of running out of some ideas. If you guys feel like you need help with something, or like could use some advice regarding the game or any certain type of content, feel free to comment, and I see all comments. I appreciate when you guys, obviously subscribe and like my videos, and it definitely gives me the motivation to keep going. But yeah, definitely let me know what kinds of content you guys like to see, because I just kind of mostly upload gameplay content of the various stuff in this game. But I would like to get into doing more like helpful videos, like guides, and just giving my input on things, because yeah, like I said, I've been playing this game since launch. I have a pretty good idea of the mechanics and how this game functions, and I might be able to give you some deeper insight on things you might not know of. I'd love to make more Realms videos, but they don't let you go back and revisit Realms, and I've already got all of them to floor 200. I've already done the story, so I can't, go back and do the story. Then again, I might actually just make a new account and just play through the story and record it and put that up or something, if that's what people want to see. But yeah, let me know, and I look forward to getting my hands on LS. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video.